Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing a reading for the Virgo full moon and lunar eclipse, which is happening Friday, March 14th, peaking at 2:54 a.m. Eastern time. So this is a lunar eclipse, which just carries a little bit more energy than typical full moons. And full moons are already kind of, the heightened energy, time of releasing, time of things coming to completion and whatnot. So we started this moon cycle with the Pisces new moon on February 27th, and now we are entering into the Virgo full moon. So we're just going to look at what's coming up, what the energy is, what you can expect, etc. So if you're new here, I always like to go over the previous new moon and full moon of the current moon sign. I think that this helps us look back in our journals and, over the times to see how this current moon sign has been impacting us over time. So for the Virgo full moon, the previous Virgo new moon was September 2nd, 2024. And for the previous Virgo full moon, it was February 24th, 2024. So that is a 6-month and a yearly cycle. Again, just for you to kind of get a good idea of how this Virgo moon energy has been playing out in your life, especially since the nodes, the lunar nodes, North Node and South Node, have moved into Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node since January 11th, 2025. So we are still fresh into that energy, but we did get a preview of it last September when there was the Pisces lunar eclipse. So yeah, eclipses are a transformative kind of energy, possibly a little bit disruptive. It can be a little chaotic. They can be like portal kind of energy, kind of just taking us towards our higher self, towards, our calling, things that like wake us up, growth, opportunities. We may be uprooted. We may be surprised. Think of like a full moon or just the, full moon, new moons, but like amplified and the energy kind of lingers a bit longer. So like the new moons and full moons, it's debated, but it's about like, a couple days before, a couple days after, you generally feel it, and then like over time. But like with an eclipse, it's kind of like this whole month is like eclipse season. So things are going to be a lot more prominent with the eclipse. And the zodiac signs that will be most impacted by this, all of your placements, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini. That is because they are all mutual placements. They all are on the same like axis. You'll be either opposition or squared or conjunct with those signs, but everyone's going to feel this to some degree. It's an eclipse. So yeah, that all aside, we're going to get into the reading, see what's coming up, do the usual, pull some cards, get some oracle cards at the end, and go from there. So yeah, if you are new here, I am Marie. I'm an intuitive tarot reading. I specialize in doing readings centered around growth and healing. I usually look at the energies of how we can like heal or like things to address on our spiritual and healing journeys. I am also an artist and a witchcraft creator. I've got a ton of different art and witchy offerings. I'm not going to list them all right now. I'm just going to get into the reading. So yeah, let's just get in and see what is coming up with this Virgo full moon and lunar eclipse. Alright, let's get in and see what is coming up with this Virgo full moon and lunar eclipse for the collective. So yeah, we started with a Pisces new moon, and I don't fully remember what came up with that reading, but generally with moon cycles, we're balancing out the new moon energy with the full moon energy. And since this is eclipse season and the lunar nodes, we're probably doing that a little extra since the North Node is in Pisces, and that was our new moon, and the South Node is in Virgo. So I would immediately think that this full moon is going to feel a little bit more, I don't want to use like negative language, but I would say like a little stressful, maybe a little bit more chaotic, just a bit more tense than like a typical full moon, just because the South Node in Virgo, it's like these are things we're kind of being pulled away from and things that we're re-examining in our lives. So, and Virgo can be like an anxious energy. If you know any Virgos or you have Virgo placements, you might notice that there's just like this underlying like anxious energy. And sometimes, it's not like a bad thing. It's just like antsy, a little bit, I don't know, a little overcritical sometimes. Oh, let's get in. What are we starting with? All right, we're starting with the Nine of Cups reverse. So definitely some self-doubt kind of energy that I'm feeling. Some kind of, what do we got here? Well, we got the Magician. Yeah, I'm feeling like there is this kind of self-doubt energy. And it's like we're blind to the possibilities. We're blind to the things that we can make happen. And we're blind to the resources that we have at our disposal. So, and it's also like the Nine of Cups can be a little bit stingy in reverse. It's just like one of those energies that's like, I'm going to hold on to what I have and I'm not going to, you know, make room for anything else. I'm not going to let go of anything, even if it's not serving me anymore. So I am kind of feeling like this is like a time to recognize what is and isn't working for you. And emotional fulfillment, especially since this is a cup card and this is the Jupiter and Pisces card. So we got Piscean energy already here. So looking at the things that you are grateful for, the things that give you hope, the things that, you know, truly emotionally fulfill you. And how are you holding yourself back from that? How are you maybe giving yourself mental blocks around it? Keeping yourself stuck in like logical thinking. Yeah, all right. The Wheel of Fortune. I feel like this is just something that needs to naturally unfold and we're trying too hard to make it make sense. Trying too hard to like put a real, what's the word I'm looking for? Because it's not that we don't need a real plan. It's just that like pessimism and cynical kind of thinking, being overly realistic is what I'm feeling. And it's like that has its place, but we need to get a little into the, you know, the Lulu side of Pisces and not full on. You know, there's a balance to be had. That's the whole point of all of this, is finding, you know, the balance between all of it. So working with the resources you have and like making a list of the things that you think you need and like really going through it and just being like, do I really need to have this sorted out before I start this? Because, you know, we all start somewhere, and it's not that you can't acquire those things as you go, but that's the point, is that you acquire them as you go already. You don't try to start with them all from the beginning. All right, what else can we say for this Virgo full moon and eclipse? Ooh. Oh, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, see, literally, get moving, get started. And yeah, we have the Judgment card at the bottom. It's like this is something that has been calling to you and something that probably came up in dreams. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know, like I'm like hitting the third eye. But I'm feeling like this is something that you've dreamed about literally. Maybe, you know, if you're the kind of person that has an attachment, that's not the word I was looking for. If you have like psychic abilities that you like work on, this may be something that you got visions about, you know, messages about, whether you're a clairaudient kind of person, a clairsentient, whatever your clairs may be, but especially dreams. I'm feeling like dreams are really prominent for this. Something that you keep dreaming and that you keep feeling this like physical pull towards, like especially heart chakra. I know this is like a weed shirt, but I wore it because the heart and the green, I was feeling very like heart chakra for this moon. And I'm feeling like it's one of those things that it's just like, get out of your head, get into your heart, follow that nudge, follow that pull, and just make some moves. Just like start going, start doing something, start somewhere. Even if it doesn't seem like you have everything you need, even if it feels like you might have to let a few things go, and get a little bit out of your comfort zone. Because I feel like this Nine of Cups is like very much in her comfort zone and not wanting to disrupt that at all. And it's like, I mean, this is the Knight of Wands and the Knight of like fire. And I don't know, it's like, is fire necessarily comfortable? It can be from a distance, but it's also, you know, anytime I pull wands, I go back to the analogy of like keeping the flame lit, but not like overdoing it and not underdoing it, you know, just keeping that steady flame going. So, but yeah, feeling that pull. Yeah, and we got the World here. It's like, this is definitely something that will further your journey. This is something that will help complete a cycle. I'm feeling that this is like a self-limiting belief kind of thing, like, that's holding you back from just, like, really jumping into this, like, new cycle. What did I just get? The Two of Swords reversed. Pages. Yeah, this is feeling much like a very mental kind of block. Like, we had that Ace of Swords reversed. We got the Two of Swords reversed under here. We got this Page of Swords reversed. There's just definitely, like, this mental block that is keeping you from making moves, making movement forward, and just making new progress. And we gotta, like, break through that. We gotta find a way to break through that, whether it's, like, therapy, you know, if you have access to therapy, that could be a good start, just having some way to dive into the subconscious, because I do feel that there is some, like, subconscious work needing done. And with this full moon and lunar eclipse being in Virgo, so full moons normally bring things to the surface. The things that would have come to surface if this wasn't a full moon, like lunar eclipse, might be a little murkier this time, because I feel like lunar eclipses, they make things a little, I don't know, it's like they make things obvious, but they also make them more confusing because there's so much energy into it. So it might take a little bit more journaling and sorting through to really, like, uncover what it is that's coming up and blocking you. But think about, you know, what have you felt pulled to do? What have you been dreaming about doing? And what excuses are you making? Like, what story are you telling yourself of why you can't do it? Is it, like, something that you feel like you don't have? Is it a scarcity thing? Is it a self-worth kind of thing, that you don't feel like you're personally ready, that you're not good enough for it, that you're not skilled enough? You know, dig into that and then make some moves. Like, ignite that passion. This Knight of Wands is, like, really just, like, lit up. And, you know, I just noticed he has a spiral on his chest. And I think that goes back to that subconscious energy, like, I'm feeling. Because I think spirals, you know, you see that meme that's like, you know, the spiral, you're just going into different layers of things. So this may be something you visited before, but it's time for a revisit to find a new layer to it. So think back to stuff that you've already kind of worked through around this and dig a little deeper. Dig a little harder, dig a little further, and start uncovering those things. All right, what else for this Virgo full moon lunar eclipse? Ooh. All right, we got the Chariot. How many more times can you say move? Move, get forward. But this is also the card of Cancer, which I also think ties back to that subconscious energy. All right, and we got the Devil at the bottom. So yeah, I think that came up in the last reading. I don't remember if that was a personal reading I did or if it was the Pisces new moon, but I think it did. But so we got this Chariot that wants us to move forward. And in the Chariot card, you know, you have these two horses, and in the traditional Rider-Waite, I think it's two Sphinxes, a black and a white one. So it's a duality card as much as it is a movement card. So and this is a duality card too. So we've got a lot of duality energy here, balance energy. And what that is, like, signaling with the Chariot is, you know, you have to keep both sides of yourself focused. Sorry, my cat just ran in here. Like, both, how do you put this? You need to be directing both lanes of energy. You know, you want both of these horses to go one way. You don't want one to go left and one to go right. That wouldn't make for good progress. So think about your own energy. Are you focused? And then that's where this Devil card comes in. Are you focused, or is part of you hanging on to, you know, the devil in your life, which may be just bad habits, bad coping skills? And I say bad loosely. Like, 11:11 on the clock. I never want to, like, put something in black and white terms like that. So take that loosely. But things that you know are not helping you progress. Things that are holding you back. And I think that comes back to those subconscious fears, because I feel like the Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon can delve into our comfort zone, our subconscious, our personal home life, like where we are comfortable, and the things that are, like, kind of underneath our emotions and whatnot. So there's just something deeper in us to evaluate here. And I do think that, like, these are going to be the things that are not so pleasant to look at, you know, shadow work kind of things. And shadow work isn't always the unpleasant things. It's usually like, sorry, my cat like distracted me. But shadow work can also be some positive qualities that we have. You know, maybe you have a fear of taking up space. You have a fear of being the center of attention, and like that, those things alone aren't necessarily, you know, bad things, but the shadow with it might be like you're jealous or resentful of people that do that. And so just diving deeper into these things and making moving forward, despite what your head and your comfort zone are trying to pull you towards. So we're trying to get a little more, not necessarily logical, because I don't think that's the right word. I think we're a little too far in the logic, but more grounded, I think is the word I'm looking for, so that we can feel these emotions and hear these thoughts and know that we can still make progress despite what they may be telling us. Despite that, you know, we feel scared or not worthy or, you know, whatever it is. What else can we say for this Virgo full moon? You might want to look back at the Cancer full moon that happened recently. When was that? Wasn't that? That was January 13th, 2025. So the beginning of the year. That was our first full moon of the year. So I'm thinking, and that's also like 2 days after that the nodes shifted. I'm thinking maybe look back at that time, because you probably had some goals you set for the new year. And we're coming up on the astrological new year, when Aries season starts. So it's like this may be like nudging you to recommit to those goals you started. Sorry, my cat. Those goals that you started at the beginning of the year, or that you were planning at the beginning of the year, but maybe you lost, you know, you got a little off track, and it's okay to get a little off track. All right, what else? The Page of Pentacles. All right, and we have the Hierophant reversed down here. I think that this is a reminder that it's okay to be a beginner. It's okay to, like, I always see the pages as kind of beginner energies, and especially with the Page of Pentacles. I'm sorry, my cats are really going crazy. Being in this beginner energy and this Hierophant reverse down here, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to carry everything on your own. You are able to, you know, invest in something that will help you. It's, you know, we don't want to get stuck in this like stingy holding on to everything energy, especially with money. Now, I understand that the economy is the economy, and I don't want to push anyone to spend frivolously, but I do want to say, like, if you have the means to invest in yourself, in your journey, then do it. Especially back to like therapy, some kind of guide, someone to like help you sort your mind out, sort your energy out. That's what I'm feeling with this whole Page of Pentacles Hierophant energy. It's just like finding something that will be a guide for you, whether that's a therapist or like a mentor in your field, and just really investing in yourself, investing in your self-care. All right, we got that Wheel of Fortune reversed now. It was upright earlier. And I'm feeling like it's in reverse because it's like a reminder that if you don't make decisions and you don't move forward, you're not making choices to move forward. That's still a decision. Oh my God, they're gonna knock my camera over, I swear. That's still a decision. You're still deciding not to do something, you know, even if it doesn't mean you're doing anything different. That means that, you know, things are gonna stay the same. Things can't change, things can't get better if you don't make any progress towards it, if you don't make any decisions. You know, this wheel, this is the Jupiter card. Fate is neutral. Fate requires something to move off of. So the way that I always look at this card is like, you need to take an active hand in your own fate to get it going the way that you want it to go. And we got the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups and the Moon reversed. We've got several reverse cards down here. And I think it's just like a lack, you know, we have like this self-doubt, this like doubt of money, and resources, doubt of our feelings, and just like the unknown. Fear of the unknown can be crippling, especially when we're starting something important to us and we're starting something that we really want to be successful. But you never know if you don't try. And I think that's kind of just the energy here, is that you can't only do something if there's guaranteed success. Because for one, when is there really guaranteed success? Like, yeah, we could probably have the probability of success being higher at certain times, but generally speaking, everything is a gamble. And it's just a matter of what are you willing to gamble on and what are you gambling with? Like, how are you setting yourself up to win is what I'm feeling with all of this. It's just like, we have like the key to success in us. It's just we're kind of ignoring it and we're like teeter-tottering around it. And so I just feel like if we just commit a little bit better and we get a little bit more serious about, you know, what we want, and we go after it, we make some solid steps. We don't wait until we think we're perfect, till we think that we are, you know, perfectly ready for it. Then, yeah, we just make some moves and we'll get it a lot faster than we will if we just sit around and be scared of, you know, what's going to happen. And yeah, we got the Ace of Wands down here. And I'm going to end the tarot cards with that and pull out some oracles. But yeah, Ace of Wands. Follow that passion. It's there for a reason. That calling is there for a reason. Let's get some oracles for the themes of this full moon in Virgo. See, I said that I felt like that Virgo energy, that like self-critical energy was kind of going to be there. And I do feel like it is. I just feel like it's like the over planning kind of energy, needing to set everything up so that it's like in a certain order. And it's like, we can't do that with certain dreams. Some things are just too big to plan that far ahead. We can just take it a couple steps at a time. And that's where I think we're at. Is take it a couple steps at a time and trust in that passion, trust in that calling. We got several like Jupiter cards that came out though, so I do think that like trying to shift into like a lucky mindset and like abundant mindset, that I'm not going to dive into all of that, but I would say that like gratitude is a good place to start with that, and just starting to notice more of the good things in your life so that they're more apparent to you in every day. You know, it's like we shift our mindset from noticing what's bad to noticing what's good more. Because the more we refocus, the more that we'll naturally kind of focus that way. So, all right. What are the oracle messages for this full moon in Virgo? That's a good start, especially with what we got going on here. Holding on to hope, hoping that, you know, things are going to work out. Holding on to that faith. Oop. Patience. Another big one here. Patience. It's not going to happen overnight. Well, you know, it might for some people. But generally speaking, big dreams don't happen overnight. And when they do, it's like you've already laid so much groundwork that technically it's not overnight. You might have a big break overnight, but hope, patience, what else? One more before I get to the angel numbers. Ooh. These are both sevens also. That's like card 16, 7, 25, 7. So there is definitely a spiritual, like, that sounds so vague, but spiritual aspect to this. Like a higher self, you know, life purpose kind of energy. I'm feeling like. All right, one more for this Virgo full moon lunar eclipse. Communication. All right, this one's a 9 actually. So communication with your spirit team, with yourself, with the people around you. Communication is like, it's one of those things that I think we all know is important, but then we like forget how to do it. So for example, you know, are you communicating your needs to the people around you? Are you communicating, you know, your boundaries? communication is also, I think, going back to the whole therapy talk I was talking about earlier, someone to like actually let things out with, vent things out with. And yeah, communicating with your spirit team. If you praying, just talking out loud to your spirit team, just venting out loud. Let me see, what does the communication card say? Because I feel like I'm missing something. To be truly heard, one needs to practice the art of listening. This card has been revealed to you today to acknowledge the voice that is inside you that wishes to be heard and acknowledged. One of the biggest lessons we can learn in this lifetime is effective communication. Communication that is clear and that does not assume that others can read our minds. Working both ways, the art of listening also involves being patient and open to the ideas of others. Alright, yeah, so this is all about, we don't feel like we're being heard, and, that could definitely create some frustrations here. And just communicating clearly, opening up, not playing emotional mind games, being truthful about how you feel. Give the other party the opportunity to express their feelings truthfully and allow them to speak freely without interruptions or resistance. So communicating goes both ways. Yes, do your part, but also listen to others. And I think that'll help also in these endeavors that we're trying to do, because we may just get when we get really critical of ourselves, we get really critical of other people. That's just the way that it seems to go. And so if we're getting stuck wondering like why things aren't working for us, we may start to pick it out on other people. And so try to, rein that in for one, and notice the ways that you may be projecting some of your frustrations on other people, and give them the opportunity to communicate what's going on with them. Then that's how we build closer relationships, is that we give each other the opportunity to express ourselves, express what's truly bothering us, and like without judgment, without that whole critical, like, well, you should have did this, try to look at it more neutral. I always try to, like, especially when I'm just venting with myself, try to look at myself as if I'm like a best friend. Now, this is not very helpful if you're not a good friend, but but if you are, like, how would you talk to your best friend? If your friend told you they were going through this, they were stressed about that, like, you would be caring, wouldn't you? Like, you would be kind, you would be like listening, you would validate them. Try to do that for yourself, and maybe for those closer relationships where sometimes, we get so close, we get comfortable kind of treating people how we treat ourselves. So I'm going to pull a couple angel number cards, and then we'll wrap this up. But overall, it looks like a decent moon. I mean, it definitely looks like there's going to be some stress coming up in general, just, trying to get sorted on the things that we really want to accomplish. But overall, like, we got the support there. We just need to push past the mental blocks that are stopping us and hold on to that hope. Have patience. Be effective communicators. Be beginners. Get centered. Get grounded. And just make some effort. Make some moves. All right. What numbers do we have for this full moon in Virgo? Ooh, 11. Awaken. We had 11:11 on the clock earlier too. So awaken, which is opening up, noticing these patterns, noticing the way things are working around you, noticing your own habits and your projections, etc. What else? 272, confidence. All right, I like that. Moving with confidence. I think that goes with that hope card too. Like, just having that faith, that confidence in yourself, in your abilities. Oh, that's too many. Oh my god. These cards slide around so good, but sometimes they get a little chaotic. Also, these are the angel number oracle cards by the Pulp Girls, and I love these cards. I really wanted them for, like, since they came out, but I finally was able to get them recently from my local metaphysical shop, and I'm super happy I did. So, highly recommend. Oh, and my tarot deck, I don't think I ever mentioned. This is the Zodiac Tarot deck. Yeah, Zodiac Tarot. Also really love that deck. And my other oracle card Sorry, I like interrupted the reading to do this. Cosmic reading cards. All right, one more angel number. Ooh, 000, new beginnings. Perfect. Yeah, new beginnings, fresh starts. And that goes with that world card we had peek earlier, because the world card resets the cycle. Whenever we get to the completion, we restart the cycle. And that's where we're at. I think once we like break through these limiting beliefs that are holding us from this like final step to like really starting this new journey, then we're gonna hit these new beginnings. And 777, luck, like I was saying earlier. Hold on to that like lucky mentality. 111, manifestation. That was like that magician energy there. We have the resources. We have the support. It's just, it takes time. It takes energy. It takes effort. So, these are the angel numbers we got. And I think that is it for the reading. I think that that's a good place to wrap it. We've got a lot of support here. We've just got to like work through some stuff, which is just kind of the never-ending journey of, you know, healing. So, it is what it is, but keep holding on to hope, have that patience, and just get started. Just get started. Start moving. Start going. Like, it's time. It's time to just get started. Despite what the fear says, despite, you know, what your anxiety says, you know, all of the doubts, it's time to just make some moves. You wouldn't be feeling this calling this hard if it wasn't meant for you. All right. Thank you guys for watching. If you could like, comment, subscribe, share, you know, follow me on Threads, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you are. Sign up for my email list, blah, blah, blah. I would appreciate it. Just helps me grow my channel and helps me grow my accounts, you know, all of that. So I will see you guys in 2 more weeks for the next new moon. Thank you.